Om Madhuvataritaayate Madhuksharanti Sindhavaha Madhvirna Santoshadhi Madhunakta Mutoshasi Madhumat Parthibagang Rajaha Madhudorastonah Pita Madhumanya Banaspatihi Madhumanastu Suryaha Madhvirgavo Bhavantu Naha. May the winds bring us happiness. May the rivers carry happiness to us. May the herbs give us happiness. May night and day yield us happiness. May the dust of the earth bring us happiness. May the heavens give us happiness. May the trees give us happiness. May the sun put down happiness. May the cows yield us happiness. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. Good morning. All of us want peace. Everyone, all of us. And probably, so before we start, so we are talking on some thoughts on prayer. Today, the part 4 of that series. So probably you know where we ended in our discussion in that particular Sunday. We are talking about our prayers that everyone wants strength, wisdom, courage, love. That is the common thing we generally ask for. But it may not always be answered in the exact way we expected. Problem arises, we want a particular way. In that way, it should come. For what I have asked. So, in a strange way, God fulfills our desires, our wants. So, probably you remember that portion of that discussion, that when we asked for strength and we got difficulties, that is to make us strong. Difficulties came. We asked for wisdom and God gave me problems to solve. Without solving problems, how we can expect wisdom? That is the way from our life we learned. We asked for courage. Oh Lord, give me courage. And God put me in dangers. We asked for love, and God gave me troubled people to help. Only then, that is a test whether you have developed that love or not, or whether you have connected with that source of love or not, that infinite source of love. So, we want all those things. We want mostly peace. We want all those things because we'll get peace. Courage, it will make me peaceful. Wisdom, it will make me peaceful. No, everyone. So, but peace comes from a sense of fulfillment. When you are feeling, I am peaceful now. When you feel, I am some sense of fulfillness here, inside. And for that peace, for that fulfillment, every one of us, we are struggling. We and our neighbors. So in Gita, we found there are two categories. Everyone is for that peace, for that joy, we are doing everything. So two types of people we see around us. So in the language of Gita, one is dushkritinaha, another is sukritinaha. Dushkritinaha, that the evil doers, whose intention is evil, they want it, that peace, for selfish motive. They do not think about others. Those who pray with selfish, they are also pray. They are also go to the church and temples. But those they pray for selfish or harmful intention, they are not the part of our discussion. Last 4-5 days, whatever we are doing. But it's good to know, because we are also in that process. Something we should know, our weakness also. Our positive side we have to know, our negative side also know. So it is good to know both the sides. So in Gita, 7th chapter, 2 slokas are there, 2 verses are there. One is 15 and another is 16. So in 15 sloka, Sri Krishna is talking about dushkritinaha, evildoers. Namang dushkritino mudha prapadyante naradhamaha mayayapa hrita jnana asurang bhavam ashrita. Is it good to know the word that was used here? Because everything carries a deep meaning. We can understand the psychology of the person. So it says that Namang dushkritino mudha prapadyante naradhama, the evil doers, the foolish, the lowest of men, those persons deprived of knowledge by delusion, maya, and those who are dominated by demoniac nature, they do not seek refuge in me. Do not seek refuge in me. So we are talking about who seek refuge in me, in God. So they do not. Why? Let us go inside. This verse explains that those who are dushkritinaha, that is sinful, and deluded, do not take shelter in God. So, how they became like this? No one wants to become infamous in the society. Nobody. How? Actually, they are those who caught in the fleeting and perishable pleasures of the world. They are caught in a cycle. Develop possessiveness, that is in Sanskrit we call it mamata, but it is not Hindi or Bengali. Mamata, Hindi and Bengali, its meanings has been changed. Mamata means mama, my. Everything is mine. Everything is mine. That flower belongs to me. Though it is blooming in a neighbor's garden, I have to cut it. And so I have to keep that flower in my pocket. So mine. So all this wealth of the world, I have to keep in my deposit, in my pocket, mine. So toward that they have an intense desire for what they do not. When their desires are fulfilled, greed arises. Next friend of desire. That is, greed arises. When those desires are obstructed, anger follows. They are good friends. Desire, greed, and anger. How? Caught in this cycle of desire, greed, and anger, some, number one, begin indulging in activities forbidden by the scriptures. You can use all those things around whatever you read in newspaper also. So begin indulging in activities forbidden by the scriptures, seeking sensory pleasures through unrighteous means. In their greed, they lie, deceive, betray, and act dishonestly. Under the influence, third friend, under the influence of anger, they engage in hatred, enmity, and even violence. They are dushkritinaha, who are caught by three friends: desire, greed, and anger. When desires it arises in us, just think carefully. Desires arises when a person gives importance to anything other than God. Is it not so? So when in our life, everyone have that kind of thing, but it is the fourth the discussion of that series. So we have to think little deeper. So when desires comes, when a person gives importance to anything other than God, in whose life God is the priority, in them desires does not come. Just think carefully. Once desire takes root, one becomes deluded by Maya, the cosmic illusion. Then thoughts like, let me live long and enjoy more pleasures, seem reasonable and even attractive. As a result, such people do not seek refuge in God. Instead, they cling to impermanent things, mistaking them for sources of lasting happiness. It will give for eternally, it will give me, provide me the happiness. That portion is important. In our, mainly who are sitting here, they are generally, they're everyone here good people. We love God. Some kind of devotion we all have here. But you see that when we give importance, just when you're sitting in the meditation or shrine hall, just think about it. When desires comes, when you shifted your focus from God to something else. So when that shifting comes, when you think it is important, then only that shifting of your focus comes. No? Those whose minds are dominated by tamas lose the ability to discern between the eternal and the temporary, the real and the unreal, the worthy and the unworthy, or what should be done and what should not. So when we lose our ability to discern the discrimination between real and unreal, when it happens, when know for sure it is now tamas, the tamaguna, the attribute of the third of the gunas, lowest of the gunas, it is prevailing in your mind. And so you lose that ability. There is no light. No, that's tamas. Tamas, another meaning of tamas is darkness. So you do not have a torch. You did not turn on the light. That's why you cannot. What's real and in the dark room? How you can you can understand what is worthy, is unworthy? So tamas. There is a beautiful connection with the meaning of the word also. So such people turn away from God and are called mudha. So dushkritana, now mudha, second, the deluded, because no light. Mudha, they become foolish. People who are both now sinful and deluded cannot resolve to walk the path that leads to the divine. How then can they surrender to God? Next term is naradhama, a difficult word, a rude one also, rude one, naradhamaha. So who has little bit of understanding of Sanskrit, they can taste little more. Nara and adhama. Nara means human being. Adhama, he is worse than when subhuman quality. They have subhuman qualities. So the verse also refers to such people as naradhama, the lowest among men. Why so? Even animals live within the boundaries of their nature. Maryada. They know. This is my limit. The tigers, they know. This is my territory. The dogs, they know. Everyone, they know. So, but these individuals, despite being born as human, an opportunity given specifically to seek and realize truth and freedom, sink below even the level of animals. The most corrupted people, think about them. They can do anything. They can do anything. While animals are slowly evolving toward human birth through their natural course, these human beings misuse their birth and through sin and injustice fall towards hellish states and lower life forms. So why we are discussing, again why I am saying, because for us there are many rational people we meet every day in your life So they should not delude you. Huh? You are going in a right path. And these people will come with flowery word, with more, it will appear very attractive, logical, rational. But this is the thing. They do not know where they are going. Now everything, it seems okay. Then maya aparita jnana asuram bhavam ashrita. These people have had their wisdom stolen by maya. And so stealing is that they are thinking we are in a good shape, that we have perfect command over our intellect, over buddhi. We are smart people. No, already your buddhi has been stolen by delusion, that cosmic maya. God's power, made of the three gunas, because of this, they have adopted a demonic disposition. They are entirely absorbed in caring only for senses. In another sense, when one's knowledge is taken away by maya, the mind loses interest in deeper truths. That's nothing to say now. So, how to dive deep? They lose the ability of the mind. You can see. When you are in a perfect, calm and serene condition, your mind goes deeper. Understand that finer truths of this world. You can understand. Clarity comes of your what is happening with me, where I am going, and what is happening with this world. And maybe beautiful things. Deep in your heart, you can dive deep. But in another sense, but who miss that, whose wisdom has been stolen by maya, they, in their case, the mind loses the ability, interest even, the deeper truth. You will see many people with Sri Ramakrishna, in Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, you can see that. And that some devotees came from different part of the Bengal, maybe Kolkata or somewhere else. And they thought, maybe today, my friend are visiting my house, let us take him or her with me. There is a saintly person who lives in Dakshineshwar. Let us. So we do that. No? Sometimes you bring your friends and all those things. So they brought some friends with them. After some time, they are saying, okay, you continue your talk, let me go and sit in the boat. And Sri Ramakrishna, sometimes when he understood this kind of people, sometimes he used to say, go and see beautiful buildings outside. There are beautiful buildings outside. That the Shiva temples are there, and beautiful the sculpture you can see, beautiful images. Radhakanta temple, go and see. So they lose even the ability and the interest in deeper truths. So you need culture. Okay, so now Dushkritina, we do not to say much about that. Let us put our mind in good side also. Second one is 16 number verse. It says, Chaturvidha, all of you probably you know. Chaturvidha bhajante mang jana sukriti norjuna arto yigya suratharthi jnani cha bharatarshava. Who are sukritinaha? The pious people. So there are 4 kinds of devotees are there. Among us, not among us means do not think like that. It is not strictly divided. These 4, we always sometimes act like one or another. Sometimes we are artha, sometimes we are artharthi. So let me talk about the translation. The translation is the distress means the artha, the seeker of knowledge, jignasu, the seeker of wealth, artharthi, third, and the wise, jnani. O best among the Bharatas, that is Arjuna, these 4 kinds of people worship me and take refuge in me. So Dushkritina, they does not take refuge in me, and they take refuge in me. They are Sukritina. They have 4 categories. Artharthi, the seeker of wealth. The Artharthi Bhakta is someone who desires rightful comfort and prosperity. like wealth, luxury, and abundance, affluence, but seeks it only from God. I want that. And from no one else. Among these four, this devotee is at the beginning stage. Due to impressions from past lives, he has the desire for wealth and makes efforts to obtain it. From last birth, we believe in this reincarnation, if you will. So where from he is seeking this wealth or prosperity, but from God. So he realized or she realized from his past experience, you need wealth or money to sustain, survive in this world. Okay, so that's why we are looking for a good career. Yet he believes that no one other than the Lord can truly grant his wish. Trusting in God, he chants, meditates, and calls out to him with sincerity to fulfill this desire. Thus, his longing is for wealth. It is still centered on God. Eventually, his focus shifts from wealth to devotion. Please don't. We do not want to raise that issue. Whether we so if you need wealth, go to the shrine, and and God, please a packet of gold, no, or something, please drop from the heaven. We are not talking on those things. We have already crossed all those funny contexts. So let us go to the scripture. Is there any example we see in scripture? So important point is we are talking about devotees, not that you're one for wealth. You may want for wealth. Now how that your focus will shift from wealth to devotion? That is our context of talk. How it shifts from wealth to devotion. Wealth also, that we are talking about, you see, Swami Vivekananda. He told expansion is life. Okay, so it's like a mantra. Expansion is life. Everyone we can practice that, but each one has different definition or understanding about expansion and life. No, for me, expansion means different. For any of you, maybe expansion means different. If you are a businessman, okay, Swamiji means expansion is life. We have to expand my business. True, for him it's okay, it's not bad. Expansion. So maybe for a monk, it may be okay, expansion may be that of your mind maybe. My mind, or maybe that or maybe Atman, the Brahma, the name of the meaning of Brahman is the biggest and grandest one. So, who is looking for Brahman, he is also looking for expansion only. So, and again life, the meaning of life for everyone has a different kind of understanding of life. So, for maybe life means only just enjoyment. Oh, okay, enjoyment. And we have seen that they are talking. We have seen there are many wealthy people around us who maybe they are caretakers for them, and for them there's so much money in their bank account or maybe wherever. So they can sit in the bed, and their water would be provided in their bed itself to clean their face, and somebody will take it out, and somebody will put that food net next. For them that is the life. But Swamiji once, the king of Khetri, told Swamiji what is the meaning of life. For Swamiji it was different. He told that from inside something, the real I, we want to expand. We want to show our strength, power, purity, trying to expand from inside to outside. And the nature is trying to make us down. The struggle in between two forces is called life. So where is struggle? There is life. So everyone has a different kind of meaning. So anyhow, so here what we're talking about, so our focus from real wealth, from that temporary wealth to eternal wealth. Temporary wealth means that kind of thing, and for me, for us maybe, the real wealth may be the devotion. So where is the example? Dhruva. The story of Dhruva. that we see in our scriptures. What is the story? That little Dhruva, who was a prince, a young prince, little. So, young prince, one day, little Dhruva wanted to sit on his father's lap, who was the king of the kingdom, of a kingdom. So, every child, they want to sit sometimes, let us sit in the lap of my father. So, he wanted. But unfortunately, he had a stepmother. In those days, kings have many wives. So, his stepmother, the influential one, the queen, pushed him away, and she told him he was born unfortunate. Because only my son will sit. You are not my son. You belong to somebody, another queen. So you are unfortunate, and didn't deserve the king's affection. Saddened, little Dhruva went to his own mother, who lovingly told him that worship God, then all of your problems will be solved. So, this idea drilled through Dhruva's heart. It penetrated his heart. Okay, he got it. Okay, little boy, they have that kind of simple faith. There is the solution. Let me go. So, resolutely, he said, then I will go and worship him. Leaving home with full determination, he headed to the forest to seek God. On the way, the great sage Narada. Narada met him and tried to dissuade him with care and logic. Little boy, and this forest full of, the harmful animals and many things, and there will be many calamities. Rain will come, storm will come. What this young boy will do in the forest? So, he tried to dissuade him. Where are you going, little one? Do you think God is so easy to find? The forest is dangerous. Wild animals could devour you. Better come back with me. I will speak to the king on your behalf. Okay, I am a mature one, and I can make your father understand, so that he can accept you, and he will allow you to sit in his lap. But Dhruva, firm in his decision, replied. That's why Sri Ramakrishna many times he told that that guilelessness and simplicity, that faith of a little kid, that part, not the ignorance, that part is really worthy to pursue. No. So he told, O sage, God is calling me. Why did you not come before? So now you're coming. So God also wants me to do something. I will not turn back. I seek only him now. So seeing his unwavering determination, Narada blessed him and gave him a mantra and told, please repeat this mantra. And he taught him how to meditate on Lord. He did some kind of, he became guru, gave some instruction and a mantra. So with great faith, Dhruva meditated intensely in a forest called Madhuban. And within just 6 months, God appeared before him. He saw God in front of him. The Lord granted him a kingdom. What do you want? So, and he knew why Dhruva is here. So, I will give a kingdom. But Dhruva, whose heart had been purified by devotion, 6 months, and repeated the mantra with that guileless heart. So, by now, his heart had been purified. So, now he felt ashamed that he had ever sought such a petty thing as a throne. So, what is the lesson from the example? So, initially, Dhruva desired to sit on the king's lap, or maybe a kingdom. He saw God as the true means to fulfill his wish. That he tried. But in the end, he found not just a kingdom, but the real wealth, the kingdom of love. So here we can see a artharthi bhakta that if he takes God as a only refuge, so his shift can shift for the temporal wealth to the eternal wealth. Okay. Artha bhakta, the distressed devotee. So when danger arises, when life feels unbearable, when painful situations occur, those who call out to God with all their heart and see only God as their savior, they are Artha Bhaktas, Artha devotee, nobody else. So I am in distress. Who are there to save me? So, oh God, you are the my your alone is there to support me. Example, many examples are Draupadi examples there, but less known example, Uttara. Less known example, Uttara in Mahabharata, you can get the wife of the great warrior Abhimanyu, who was killed unlawfully in the battlefield. He was a young boy, maybe in his 20s, maybe, who was killed in a battlefield and surrounded by 7 so-called great warriors, Karna, Bhishma, Drona, all of them killed that. So, but when it was happening, and Abhimanyu was the son of Arjuna, you may remember, just to remind you. So at that time, within Uttara's womb, the only surviving heir of the Pandava lineage was being tenderly nurtured. He was with a boy, with a baby. In such a delicate moment, Ashwathama, the son of Drona, with a heart full of vengeance, hurled the terrifying weapon Brahmastra toward the unborn child. His wish was unholy. He wanted to kill the future of the Pandava dynasty. The Brahmastra was no ordinary weapon. It was so dreadfully powerful that none but the only Supreme Lord himself could neutralize it. And Brahmastra, whoever have some idea of Ramayana and Mahabharata, he is the deadliest weapon. And Ashwathama had the ability, being the son of great warrior guru Dronacharya. So he knew that, but he didn't know how to draw it back. So it shows that if you have a power, having power is not enough. To digest that also important lesson. Arjuna could do that, but Ashwathama didn't have that knowledge, how to withdraw it. So when Uttara was faced with this terrible danger, she cried out to God, Krishna, alone for help. No other support even occurred to her. First choice, Krishna. This is the nature of Artha Bhakta. So moved by compassion and love for his devotees, he entered her womb through his divine power and shielded the unborn child with his own chakra, his weapon, Sudarshana chakra, absorbing the deadly force of the Brahmastra. Thus protected by the Lord himself, the child survived unharmed. That's why his name became given Parikshit. Parikshit, it has double meaning. The one who has tested and protected in the womb. So it has a meaning also. Okay. And in later, he would go on to become a wise and noble king, the last glorious flame of the Pandava dynasty. So third one, Jignasu. This is the devotee. What is Jignasu? The seeker of knowledge. This is the devotee whose heart awakens with a deep yearning to know the truth. What is the truth? Who am I truly? When you see you inside you of your heart, who am I really? And next question, what is the divine nature of God? We heard about God from my mom, everyone. So, what is the real nature of God? And third one, what is the ultimate really? So, God, or the ultimate reality of the nature. They do not rely on scriptures, teachers, or intellectual effort alone. It's important. They do not rely on scriptures, teachers, or intellectual effort alone. Many of us, we try to solve all those problems intellectually. So, instead, they surrender entirely to God, desiring to know the truth only through Him. This makes them true Jignasu Bhakta. In their hearts, both the goal and the means are one and the same. Goal means God. And what the means? God. Same. Uddhava, the beloved disciple of Krishna, is the best known example for that. We are reading Uddhava Gita in 2 classes. The Lord Himself gave Uddhava divine knowledge in what is known as the Uddhava Gita. So another thing also coming in my mind, that one utterance by of Sri Ramakrishna. O Mother, O Divine Mother, I do not know what is written in this Veda Vedanta Upanishads. I want to hear it from you. So, and another, he told, Mother, she gave me all the knowledge what I wanted for. I heard all those things from Mother's lip. Next, Gyani and Gyani, the wise, or Gyani, another name we can say, Premi, the loving devotees. To distinguish the fourth from the first three, the word cha is used in the verse, highlighting its special nature in the main sloka. The Gyani or Premi Bhakta sees everything, whether joy or sorrow, praise or blame, fortune or loss, as the play of God. To them, every situation and person is a form of the Lord Himself, the suffering and the joy, both. They have no desire, not even to remove discomfort or gain anything favorable. O Lord, please remove all those obstacles. It does not occur to them. Just as God Himself has no self-centered wants and remains absorbed in the love of His devotees, so too does the wise devotee. Because he got that nature of God, godly nature. They are intoxicated by love for God and only that. And where is the example? Braja Gopikanam. In Narada Bhakti Sutra, Narada gave example like the cowherd ladies of Vrindavana. Braja Gopika. Then, why? Because the gopis had completely given up any thought of their own happiness. Their only joy was in the joy of Krishna. So here some important thing that I noticed, that there is something important to understand if you understand the heart of a Gyani, of a Premi, of a lover of God, this kind of like Brajagopi. So they says that when a person turns toward God with a desire for wealth, relief from suffering, or the fulfillment of spiritual curiosity, love for God begins to awaken in their heart, and such a person is called a devotee in general. But if someone believes that wealth can be gained, pain removed, or knowledge attained through other means apart from God, then due to their lack of a true relationship with Him, there is a relationship with a devotee and God. So we cannot say they are devotees in this category, in this context. So they say that it's opinion of some sages, good to know. They say this love or prema, it occurs only with God, because God does not have any desire from us. Without any desire, He loves us. But for us, it is not prema. In Hindi, they call apnapan. Some kind of belonging to God. I belong to God. That I am very close to God, it comes. But not prema. They are saying, it is an opinion of somebody, to make it more, subtle. Love means when you want nothing from God. That is love. Here is an example has been given. So they say that, let us take an example, 4 boys, maybe girls, let me pick to the boys. So the 4 boys were playing somewhere, and just then their father arrived with 4 mangoes, in his hand. As soon as the boys saw the mangoes, one of them began asking for one. Dad, give me one. And another, maybe it was more younger, he started crying, thinking there is no mango for me, started crying. Third one, neither cried nor asked, but quietly kept looking at the mangoes. Okay. Oh, mangoes are there. Maybe. And third one, fourth boy, didn't even glance at the mangoes. He kept on playing joyfully. just as he had been before. So now we can take this example to understand about the situation. The boy who asked for the mango represents the artharthi bhakta. I want artha, wealth. Here wealth is a mango. The devotee who seeks worldly benefits from God, the boy who cried for the mango represents the artha bhakta. Started crying, give me, started crying in distressed. I want that. Artha, distress. Without that mango, I will not survive. I want that. Artha, in distress, crying. So the boy who merely looked at the mango represents the Jignasu Bhakta, the seeker who desires to know God. What is that in father's hand? Oh, mango. He wants to know that. And third one, and the boy who was absorbed in his play, caring nothing for the mango, represents the Jnani or Premi Bhakta. He has I do not care of the mango, because I have a belief I have a father. Father will give me. I do not want that. Think about that Kashipur episode, 1st January. When Sri Ramakrishna, and probably all of you a little bit know, there's a manifestation of special compassion in Sri Ramakrishna's lifetime, 1st January 1886. So he was sick, but that day he was feeling little better, and some of his devotees, some attendants, they helped him to come down from the 2nd floor, and he was walking, and that significant that those things happened with his mere glance or touch. Many people, they got illumination, and there was some kind of excitation happening. But from the 2nd floor room, some devotees were still there, the young devotees like Sharot, Latu, later Swami Sharadananda, Latu Swami Adbhutananda. They are young, but they didn't feel to go even. What they wanted now, because as a patient, lying the whole day in a bed, so we got a time, and it was January, and in Indian tradition, you will enjoy more. What we do generally in winter, January means winter. So if there is sun, put those bedding in the beds in the sun, so it will become a little warm. The moisture, the smell, it will go. They thought this is the opportunity to do that service. So later, when somebody, after 20 years or 30 years, somebody asked to Saradanandaji, why you didn't go? Well, I never felt like that. We thought he is mine, ours. Ours. So whatever we needed, he will supply. We need not to go follow him even. He will give. So this relationship is important. He's my father, my mother. So when you build that relationship, so then it is a new dawn of your life. So relationship is important. Okay. So here I found the Artharthi devotees ask God for favorable conditions. The Artha devotees pleads with God to remove pain and difficulties. The Jignasu devotee seeks to understand God's true nature, and the Jnani or Premi, the lover devotee, wants nothing, not even knowledge or comfort, only to be immersed in God's love, wanting Him for who He is, not for what He gives. I want my father, not the mango is not important. So from here, we have seen two kinds of, means in general, the Sukritina and Duskritina. So in our scriptures, we see different kinds of prayer. In every scripture, belong to every faith. But if you see it, read it carefully, you will see there are many layers also. So it is not only in the Bhagavad Gita. Everywhere you can see some layers. So we want to go from the lower truth to higher truth, as Swami Vivekananda told. So the enlightened seers of truth speak their words, speak from deep personal experience, of both the divine within and the supreme beyond. To them, God is the essence of purity and holiness, intimately known and lovingly revered. For they goes from they start their journey to change themselves, not to the not they found enemy is not outside. Main problem, main obstacles are within me. Huh? You see that? Can you feel the journey? Huh? So they try to work here. In contrast, the unrefined worshippers, still in the early stages of spiritual growth, struggles to grasp such lofty ideals. Even when he or she claims to believe in the all-pervading spirit, he often imagines God as a mighty being in human form, with human emotions. He may see his God as loving toward the faithful, yet also jealous and fearsome, quick to punish enemies and cast unbelievers into eternal damnation. We have seen. This is the problem with us. In our whatever sampradayas, whatever sect, whatever faith we follow, we see. Be favorable to me, but to who does not believe you, put them in the hell. So it is a good to know, because it's when you understand, then you can understand the journey also. This tendency is not a confined to any one faith or culture. Everywhere it is there. It is not that particular. It appears in various forms across the world, in many traditions. But as the seeker matures and his understanding deepens, he begins to embrace a higher vision of God, not just as the omnipresent, but as the very fountain of all goodness, purity, and perfection. I have found some of the, like in Ishavasya Upanishad, that turn. You are the God, the purifier and savior. When I think about you, God, I get the purification. So there. In Ishavasya Upanishad, we find that sa parjagat shukram akayam abranam asnavidam shuddham apapavidyam, who is free from sin, who dwells in the sinless heart. Your best place, if my place, my throne is sinless, it is best place for your sitting. And another Upanishad, who cannot be realized by one who has not turned away from wickedness and has not controlled his mind and senses. This conception of God as the ever pure and the purifier is also found in earliest part of Veda, we call Rig Veda also. In Rig Veda sometimes so-called scholars, they say it is farmer's song. They missed that, the best part of that. So it is said that, O Varuna, a Vedic god, cast off from me sin, O Varuna, as if it were a rope. May we obtain from thee a channel filled with water. Cut not the thread of me, engaged in weaving pious works. Blight not the elements of holy rites before the season of their maturity. So as if I am a weaver, I am a farmer working on my life. Don't cut off the channel of water. You see, there is a connection between you and me. So all those knowledge, all those purity, all those light is coming through from you to me through a channel. Please don't cut it before the maturity. How beautifully. It goes on. Being purified by the holy, all-pervading and eternal presence of the effulgent being, man gets rid of evil. May we too go beyond the touch of sin, our great enemy, being freed from the impurity by that ever-holy presence that purifies all. It is very famous verse. The charanang pavitra vitatang puranam yena putas tarati duskritani tena pavitrena shuddhena puta oti papnanam arati tarema, in Taittiriya. Famous one. So it goes on. And God also, He gives the assurance. In Gita, it has been said, take refuge in me, and what I'll do? I'll purify you. Don't think about your faults and drawbacks. We need not to fear of our. We all have weakness. We'll come on that point also. So what assurance we got? Api chedasi papebhya sarvebhya papakrittamaha sarvang jnana plabenaiva brijinang santurishyasi. Even if thou art the most sinful among all the sinful, yet by the raft of divine knowledge thou shalt cross all sin. And the famous one also, Sarva dharman parityajya mamikam sharanang braja ahangtang sarva papebhya mokshayishami ma suchaha. Relinquish the path of formal religion and take refuge in me. I will liberate thee from all sins. Grieve not. So with that assurance, we get that grieve not. And just try to build that relationship. And there are beautiful things. Okay. So in last, I wanted to go to different context, but I remember, that's why I took a note, that you probably know that we mentioned about a beautiful sloka. Anukulyasya sankalpaha Pratikulyasya varjanam rakshishyanti vishwasaha goptitya varnam tatha atma nikshepa karpanne sadvidha sharanagatihi. It says that do what is favorable to God, to renounce what is unfavorable. To will what is favorable to God. We have some idea of what is the righteous path, what is the favorable to God. To will, try to do, to will. To renounce what is unfavorable, to have firm faith that God will protect, to choose God as one's guardian, to offer complete self-surrender, and to embrace utter humility. These 6 are the limbs of complete surrender. Take refuge means you have to surrender. I remember one of our monks used to say that if possible, visit the shrine, go to a shrine 2 or 3 times a day, or maybe 3-4 times a day. And whenever you are going, just try to prostrate like a Shastanga, surrendering the prostration like a, Shastanga, one day we have discussed, like just lying kind of thing, prostrating yourself in front of God. And thinking, I am submitting my whole, not only my limbs, even my vakya, my sentence, my mind, my buddhi, and myself, everything I am surrendering here. So, so first thing, we understand that to will what is favorable to God and to renounce what is unfavorable. Then comes Rakshishyati. He will protect me. That kind of belief. He will protect me. This is the unshakable belief that God will surely protect us. God is omnipotent and infinitely compassionate. The soul is his child, this individual soul. I am his child, ever dependent on him. This eternal relationship assures that he will protect his devotees. Such deep faith not only shields the soul from all wrongdoings, but also protects the true essence of the soul, the eternal divine nature. And he is my guardian. He will lead me. That Varuna we just discussed, he will provide the real. If we seek, give me the Shuddha Buddhi, the pure intellect, he will provide. There's in us, you see, to overcome all of our sorrows. Generally, we have seen. You have also some kind of experience. 2 things that helps us a lot. One is love, another thing is knowledge. Love of God or knowledge of God. No, love and knowledge. So, actually, in the beginning, this love, it manifests as prayer. No? So think about that. That our this loving attitude toward God, how we manifest, how we express through our prayer. Beautiful words. Beautiful. When you see in Bhagavata or Gita or maybe that Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, beautiful prayers. So it shows your love. Those words are soaked in love. And another thing is knowledge. So, what is knowledge? In knowledge, in the beginning also, as love express itself through prayers, beautiful prayers, and the knowledge, it also express itself through discernment. Now you will understand Sri Ramakrishna why he is saying that if somebody asks what is the mean, please tell what is the way to for realization, he would say two things mainly. Many things he told. One is always be prayerful, pray, and have discernment. What is real, what is unreal. So, with that note, I want to conclude to discussion. Next, maybe from this Atmanikshepa Karpanne, that we just that there are some obstacles in our heart that we always feel. We want to surrender myself wholly, completely, but some obstacle is preventing. I cannot pour myself wholly in his feet. So what is that? So we'll try to discuss in our how to remove that obstacle. We'll discuss in our next discussion. Om Sangsararnava Ghore Yaha Karnadhara Swarupakaha Namastu Ramakrishnaya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I offer my obeisance to Sri Ramakrishna, who in the divine form of the Guru is the helmsman of my vessel, guiding me across the vast and tumultuous ocean of worldly existence. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.